Right, welcome back, obviously. Now, for those who have watched this channel for a number of years, there's a couple of videos that might spring to mind when I start talking about what we're doing, and they involve fly fishing for brown trout. I don't think we've actually accomplished that, have we, Alex? We've yet to do it. So this year, we've gave ourselves a bit more of a chance by starting earlier. So we're still in this is April, isn't it? Tail end of April, early spring. And we're back on the river. A different river from the ones we've fished in the past. Now, if you watched a million casts, I hooked and lost a sea trout. I hooked and lost a trout, a brown trout, on the river. I don't think Alex has came in to touch with anything. So much so, driving here today, he says to me, I've got blank written the other day. Now that changed, I'm mentioning that for a reason, because we met a gentleman in the car park, Richard, who gave us a good bit of intel, which is a lot of help. But it's helped me because it's helped shoot his confidence up. So I'm never confident in the fly, but I don't know, with the day I'm feeling confident, and I'm going to stick with two methods. I'm starting off with the streamer on a sinking tip, and Alex is doing the upstream nymphing. So we'll both enter the river, he'll walk upstream and I'll be walking downstream. Hopefully that'll cover both, or complement both styles, and produce a fish or two. I'm hoping, my dream of fly fishing is to get land the dry fly. So I've got the floating line there, I've got the dry flies there as well. So hopefully later on, if the weather plays ball, we get a wee hatch on, match a hatch and all that part. See where we can go with this video. So fingers are crossed, toes are crossed. I'll be happy for him not to have a Raji and me not to have a Raji day and we thought, because that's usually what happens. So with that said, let's get these waders wet and the fly in the water. Alex has just come over and said, how do you feel how you're fishing? See, because this is so alien and so new to us, or me anyway, you just question, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. See, until you get that first sign of a fish to give you the confidence. Now Alex took my rod and just offered a couple of wee tips on where I was going wrong. And you know what I'm going to say, don't you? He only went and hooked and lost a fish whilst we were in the midst of chatting, whilst he was showing me where I was going wrong. I think one thing I wasn't doing was mending the line. So the fact that we've had a sign of a fish tells me I've got the right. Now I know some folk are going, that's not a fly, that is a big streamer. That's what I'm going for just now. And then I'll maybe change to a team of flies. That's how Alex is, well, a team of nymphs in it you're fishing. That's what some of the advice has been given. So, try a couple of different methods today, but as I say, I'm hoping later on to maybe get a dry fly. I'd love to get one on that. But for now, focusing on this streamer lure. Big bit of fluff. Hopefully. I can tick this brown trout off the to-do list.
I'm almost certain that was a fish I hooked on Gordon's rod there, albeit briefly. Even if it wasn't, I'm going to tell him it was. But aye, I've just fished up this first run. Team of nymphs, 3 nymphs with an indicator. And you know what? I felt quite confident. I've quite enjoyed it. The line's going through nicely. I'll be back. Well, that was interesting. A little bit of drama there. As Gordon mentioned earlier on, we spoke to boy Richard on the way down. And I think he's contacts on social media. So Gordon gets a message just after I'd get snagged up there.
Help!
Help! Apparently Richard had a salmon on, but he'd get caught in a snag. So Gordon's not the quickest on earth. I'm not much faster, but he had the rods, raced upstream. He eventually caught up, and right enough, lovely big spring salmon, still attached to the lure, but caught round a stick in the middle of the river. He's a madman. He was planning on going in after it. And I mean in after it is deep, a deep pool. He was going to swim for it. Luckily for the fish get off eventually. And he didn't have to go in the water. But aye, April, springtime. And a salmon on this river is not the most common occurrence. But I am back, like I said, my setup. Back to business. I am fishing my usual sort of go-to. I say usual. We never really do this, we don't really know what we're doing. But this is the style that I'm sticking with to try and gain a little bit of confidence. And when I spoke to you last, I'd just finished working up the first pool and I felt quite confident. No, I think it was floating through nicely, it was just bouncing bottom. There was a nice pace on the river, it was clear, I was casting nice, no tangles. So far so good. Set up, 4-weight rod, 4-weight line. Team of 3 flies under an indicator. Miraculously enough, I've not had many tangles with this. On the point, little sort of hare's ear variant, at least I think that's what it is. Second dropper, absolutely no idea what it is, but I like the look of it. And then on the top dropper, little black spider. And yeah, fished under an indicator. We are now half a mile further upstream than we should have been after chasing that fish. But this little bit looks nice. There's a nice pool just below us here where Gordon can put the streamer through. I'll try and wade mid-river and get underneath these trees up here. See if we can get ourselves a fish. I can see him getting a salmon on that. Imagine that. Well, if there was a sign that I needed to get my confidence back out the trees, that's it. He's only a wee, but you know what? I don't care. On the point fly, little brownie. Hey! Right, now for a bigger one. No longer upstream fishing. Just a team of 3 traditional wet flies down and across. This is number 2. It does seem a little bit better as well, so we're going in the right direction. It's a grayling. It's a grayling. Have a look at this guy. Yeah. Ain't no brownie, but I'll take him. In desperate need of those 2 fish there. Alright, the first trout was only wee. This one isn't a trout, but he is slightly better sized. It does happen with these fish, they're pretty wiry. Keep them over the water all the time though. Lovely little fly caught grayling. If that was a trout, we'll get him back. If that was a trout, I'd have said, for me, that'd have been mission accomplished. But it's a bloody grayling. But the method's working. Found a lovely run here, kind of deepens off on the far bank. Definitely worth a shot later on tonight as well, I think. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep switching between the down and across method and the upstream nymph, depending on the pool that we come to. Some pools will be better suited to the upstream nymphing. This one definitely suited to down and across. Nice one.
Sit rep, Alex, Brown Trout and a wee grayling. Alex decided he was going for a pee. He was out of earshot, couldn't see him, and I only went and caught. It'd be wrong to call it a trout, would it? A par, salmon par. Alex, can I maybe thought trout par? Whatever you think, pop it in the comments, but here's a wee clip. And it took this wee tiny, we'll see if Alex can zoom in on that. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what it's called. Wee pink thing with a gold bead. Now there's a gentleman that sent these flies last year, Angus. He is an all-out fly angler, fly fisherman. So Angus, that wee fish was just for you. I'm not going to lie, I was quite chuffed. I know it's only small, but hey, when you're trying to get your first fish or anything, it's always good just to get that first one. So that, no, I'm not going to class that as my first. It's that sign, it's that bit of confidence in what you're doing as you're doing right. Now this setup is exactly the way Angus had messaged me the other night. Fish this across, swing it round and be patient, and it's worked. So we're on the move again. We've had our lunch. We're going to go back down and fish the pool that we tried this morning. So aye, we seem to be heading in the right direction, albeit slowly, but we ain't ones for giving up, that's for sure.
Right, change of tack again. I said earlier on that for each pull I'm maybe going to change methods slightly. Back on the upstream indicator, just because further up here there's a bit of really quick water, and I think this sort of upstream method would suit that better. I'm really starting to lose hope here, but I'll stick at it. Yeah, quickly work our way up through here. See what happens. Fuck it, I've had enough.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Just before they started that, I could see that happening. It's getting to that point of the day where you start getting tired, you start making mistakes. It's not been a great day. But I've had a few wee par. I had one for this wee pool just before Alex headed off downstream there, but this is one of the ones that you quit, head up the road, start again another time, or do you stick it out? It's 5 o'clock. I don't know. I think I might have my work cut out convincing him to stay. I was kind of hoping to get one of the wee par to prove that I can catch fish. No, it's bad when Alex says he would rather be dead baiting for pike. We'll keep trying. Right, we've had enough. He's feel like a lovely fly fish, Nick. Sorry, I'm laughing at him, but aye. I think Alex hit the nail on the head there. As we were walking out the river there to decide whether we're going home or whether we're going to go up and try this other pool. Just don't think we commit to this often enough to figure out the do's and don'ts and the flies to use and when to use them, what pools. Just there's too much you need to get right, and it's tough. And when you're not catching your desired target, you know, you're setting out for, that goal you set yourself, and you keep failing, it's hard to keep the confidence up. Confidence was high this morning and it just dwindles away and and then you just think, what the fuck are we doing, man? And obviously the rain, this has been forecast all day, but it's just coming 6 o'clock and it looks like it's on for the night. So that kind of ultimately made the decision. Plus my wife's got a new wash machine she needed fitted. So to keep my life sweet, when I got my road and fit that, get back out fishing through the week, I think. See you in the next one, but I'll not be fly fishing on a river, that's for sure.